I'm Chef Joseph Huttard. Chevalier is in French. Coming from France, from the Knights of Malta. There is quite a few orders, but the original order is the Chevalier. I'm one of them, you know. There is also around the world, like of Yugoslavia and things like that, and they got their own knighthood and things. But I'm from the original one. Hello, Joe speaking. لا هي أبغى نشبلك. I came from, was born in Nadur Gozo, Malta, in 1034, long time ago. I don't remember, but long time ago. I left Malta on the 2nd of November, 1960. I came with the plane with my family, my mother, father, and my sister. I arrived on Friday. Monday I went to look for a job in West Melbourne. That's not where I'm working. And I found a job straight away. You know, he gave me the job. I lasted a year in there. And then after that, I was looking around because it was not the proper job for me. You know, I want a clerical or something like that. I find in my pocket, because on the plane they gave us some paper, that there is an organization, and if you are in trouble, come and see us. So I went. It was not far away because I live in Adderley Street, West Melbourne. I walked in, and a big lady, you know, old lady, came to me and said, "Buongiorno, come va?" You know, in Italian. I answered her in Italian, and I was going to keep talking in Italian. She said, "No, I'm Scottish." Only I know that. So I said, "All right." I said, "I'm Maltese," you know. And I told her, I said, she said, "Help us." No, I said, "I've got a job, but if you need any voluntary work," and straight away they grabbed me, you know, took me for lunch, you know, I was night shift at that time. And they said, "Of course, we need you." That organization was the only organization to look after the migrants. Then I said to them, I said, "How about if I organize some groups?" I organized about 3 blokes, Maltese. And then we formed like an ethnic group. You know, I was the president. And we kept going, you know, for over 12 years like that. After came the Whitlam government, and he wanted to establish the ethnics. And I told him that we need sort of centers where we meet, because there was group, there was associations, but we were all meet in the houses, which was a burden on the family, you know. So I told her that we need some centers. She said, "You're talking about Malta?" I said, "No, I'm talking about all the ethnics under one roof." She said, very hard, very hard. I said, well, you know, took my name and everything and phone. And then about 6 months after, middle of the night, the phone rang. And I said, "Who's there?" He said, "Golf." I said, "Golf what?" You know, I said, "Somebody joking, you know." He said, "Golf, the Prime Minister." I said, "Oh, that's right." He said, "You know, you told Mary Coleman that you want centers." He said, "Yes." He said, "Start preparing. You got 700,000 coming." I established 21 years ago the Maltese Association, Hobsons Bay, and we are very lucky because the council gave us these premises, you know. I got a wonderful committee, you know, and we enjoy about 500 members, you know. We got various activities here. We do welfare and, you know, justice of the peace and justice of the peace too. And apart from that, we do activities like we got ballroom lessons, rock and roll lessons, you know, some prayer groups meeting here, you know. And Tuesday, the big day for the seniors, you know, they will come here all the time. We do outings. I got a group at present. They are overseas. They went to Ireland, Scotland, and now they are in Malta. You know, this is a group from our committee. You see people, you know, they smile on the face, you know, of people, you know. And It's always something, happening, and always people, they ring you up and they need assistance on that, We are here to see people happy. That's the main aim, as long as we pay the bills. We don't care about anything else, And this is the thing. The Council of Hobsons Bay is great with us, what this premises, Some organizations, they've been before us and they're still meeting in the houses, We got this place, and we can meet, we can call it home.
I'm from Hamrun. I was born on the 13th of September, 1933. I remember I had, beautiful 6 brothers and a sister, and I had a grandmother. I remember the war, because I was only 7 years old, and during the war, we had very bad experiences there, with no food, But we were a happy family. My father was away for 5 years during the war, so my mother had to look after all of us, But we all survived, and we were all healthy.
During the war, we lost the house 3 times. That was cruel. And we used to go in the shelter in the nighttime. Sometimes 24 hours a day we used to go,
That's right.
But we survived.
And then we grew up, went back to school, and then we used to go out with friends and that. And then we decided, I met him, and he decided to come to Australia. Well, my brother was here first, a year before. And then I asked my mother if she let me go, and we got engaged.
She opened her hands like this and she said, wherever Bill goes, you go after
No,
him.
my mother said, by right, wherever the man goes, the wife follows. So I had to follow. I came on the Florencia, and it was a terrible journey. And there was a family who looked after me because I was a single, person. And she said to me, there was a lot of Italian men, and she said to me, she took me under her wings actually, and I was very sick, and she used to feed me tuna in cans, because I couldn't stand the Italian food that they cook there, which I love it now. But that was very bad, very, very bad. I wasn't happy when I came at first. For nearly 2 years, I really wanted to go back, but I settled down. We started work, and we lived in Burnley for a year in a room, and then we bought a house.
We used to pay 3 guineas a week at that time in Burnley.
Then we had the 2 kids,
nice, yeah.
3 boys we had. Then we moved to Altona because the house was too small for us. Because we were expecting, I was expecting twin daughters. So we lived here for a long time on this side.
30 years we lived in here in Nordine Avenue.
We are so happy here. We enjoy it. We go out a lot, and we'll meet together. And
we got good president.
Our president's very good.
Very nice man.
All the committee is good. We'll buy good food from here too. We'll go we'll go away for a couple of days or 1 day, and they have dances here. And we get together.
We play the carpet ball too.
Yeah, we can play carpet ball. Joe and this committee, they make us a lot of lunches here.
Oh yeah.
And we don't have to pay for it either. It's free, but it's really good. I will really enjoy it here. It's very good, and everybody is very nice. My kids always say, "Mom, you still got your Maltese accent." Yeah. That's something.
Well, I don't know if Australia play Malta. I think I'm going to bury for Australia.
It's very, very hard.
Very, very hard.
We never got into that, thing. If a Maltese team come from Malta, I don't know. I think I'll be neutral, all right? But I don't know. It's because we've been here longer.
Oh yeah.
I've been here for 61 years, and I was in Malta only for 19. So, so that's a long time.
Oh yeah.
We're at the Maltese Bocce Club in Altona North.
we've got 4 bocce pitches. One's disabled, for disabled people. 3 are for other clubs, we play other clubs. The club was in 1989, so that's about 24 years ago. Previous to that, they were at 2nd Avenue for 3 years. In the past, the community, those days there was none of this, there's no sheds, and they just voluntarily made the club better and better and better as hard as they could, you know. Yeah, mostly there's probably about 40 or 50 men come, aged and young. It's normally on a day basis, every day. You can see now there's probably 20 at least. They have their game of bocce, then they'll go and have a game of cards and a game of pool. It's like sort of lawn bowls. The only thing is with lawn bowls, they have 1 ball at a time. But with our game, bocce, if you've got the point closest to the jack, then the opposition keeps playing until they get closer than you. That's the only difference. On the 26th of this month, we've got the other clubs coming down from Laylaw, Deer Park, St Paul's and George Cross. And you'll have like 300 or 400 people there, you know. So it's a really good, club to provide activities and get involved with other nationalities, Italians, Croatians, you know, Lebanese, Romanians, all, Australians of course. Yeah. We've got new people coming through the club every day that want to join those members. And like I said, we welcome everyone, and it's just word by mouth. You know, some guys go to the pub every Saturday and paying top dollar for beer. Well, we're a non-profitable club, and they say, why don't you come down to Maltese Bocce Club? And there's about 10 young guys that have been going to the pub every week, and they come down here and they love it. They get so involved in it, and it's just, yeah. Once these aged people, retire or pass, we've got young people coming through. Whereas other clubs, there's 2 clubs that have got a problem. There's no young people coming through, and I think the competition might die out. But we'll see how we go, you know. Yeah.
My name is Carmen Zammit. I'm a 67-year-old woman. I arrived in Australia in the early 50s. I was born in Merhba. Can't remember much really about Malta, but what I can remember is going to the catechism and getting a little paper basket with little lollies and little baby Jesus, which I've still got somewhere stacked, but I really can't remember much more about Malta. Well, my father was a barber by trade. He had his own salon there, and a guy that used to cut his hair at Dad's migrated out here, and of course he wrote to Dad because there was no phones in those days, and he said, Charlie, my dad's name was Charlie, he said, Charlie, come out here, a haircut is 2 and 6, which is the 25 cents that we know. And of course Dad went stupid, 2 and 6 a haircut. He said to Mum, okay, I'm going to go there, try it out for 6 months, and it's history from there on. Mum come out on the ship with her brother and his wed wife, on the Arosa Star with 5 young kids. I was the eldest. And then we settled in Newport. Mum and Dad bought a house which was 100+ years old in Eltham Street, Newport. My mother and father were too busy trying to pay the bills. They had a house full of boarders to help them pay the bills and hurry up and pay the mortgage, because they were never used to a mortgage over there, and that was a big thing. But our greatest pleasure was at Christmas. We used to stand over near the fence and watch the neighbours' kids, the next door kids, play with their Christmas toys. We never had any Christmas toys. We never had any birthday presents. But those Christmas toys, which the kids used to enjoy, and at the end they used to say, come over and we'll all play together. We used to love and enjoy seeing them enjoy their toys. So what we had, we never missed. What we didn't have, we never missed. The Tarshin Social Club has been going for 35 years. I've only been involved with them for 10 years. I've always been in different associations and different committees and did all sorts of committees, but I was never ever in a festa committee. So that was a very big new venture for me. Tarshin is a small village in Malta. And of course they celebrate the Feast of the Annunciation once a year. And the older members brought that tradition with them here. And it's been going for 35 years and it's got very, very big, and I just love it. It's 3 big days. The first night is a Friday night. We have a healing mass, which is held at the Queen of Peace in Altona Meadows, and we have about 500 in attendance. Saturday is our big dinner dance, which we celebrate. People from all over come. We get coaches from Sydney, from Adelaide. We get a group of 12 people that fly over from Queensland, which is we get people from Morwell, which is absolutely fantastic. It's one of the biggest feasts that is still wanted by the Maltese, because it's the feast of Our Lady, and the Maltese people are very, very dedicated to Our Lady. Then on the Sunday is actually the feast day. So what we do on the Sunday, Mass starts at 3 o'clock. After the procession, we go back into the church for the benediction, and then after that, everybody's back into the hall again, the Queen of Peace Hall. We have the big brass band. We have food, all sorts of Maltese food. There's pastizzis, there's aktalasel, there's everything, all sorts of food. And then we have a DJ. And of course that goes on, and the buses come, which are the Adelaides, the Sydney people, the Morwell people, and that starts to fold about 10:30. And then it's the biggest job is putting away all the what we call the bandalories and the flags and yes. So that's our feast. We normally have it April. So that's our feast for 3 days, and by the 3rd day we're all bushed.
I was born in a town called Senglea in Malta, which is part of the harbour, you could say, you know, Grand Harbour. When the war started, Senglea was very badly hit, you know, with air raids. And we lost 2 houses there to the bombs, you know, 2 houses that we lived in. So my parents said, look, we've got to move from here, right? And luckily, because of with the help of my granny, you know, we managed to find a house in Hamroon, which is an inner suburb, you know. And we stayed there till I really left Malta to come to Australia.
I was born in St. Nicholas Street, Valletta. We stayed there for about 3 years. When I was about 3, we moved to St. Dominic Street, Valletta. And that is the house that one day when Italy joined the war, 3 months after, in September 1940, where we came out of the shelter after an air raid, and we found that our apartment was completely demolished, and we found ourselves completely homeless, you know. We lived there with my mom's aunt for a few months in Rabat, just for a few months until the housing department found us a place in St. Paul Street, Valletta, which was a huge house really, and 10 families were living in there. It's in Malta. It's called a carrea. A carrea is a big house where a lot of families live in.
Like,
Right? We were allotted one room only, and there was 4 of us. So you can imagine, we were quite cramped. Okay?
when we came to live in Newport, we used to go to, being Roman Catholic, we used to attend church every Sunday. And this was the Sacred Heart Church in Newcastle Street, Newport. And quite a few of us, Vince was one of them, we used to meet there. Now I'm talking something like 3-6 months after I came to Australia, see? And we all sort of realized that there wasn't really much going there for the Maltese, you know? And we kind of got to talk about it, and I said, why don't we organize something? And as it turned out, at the time, one of the priests from the Missionary Society of St. Paul was serving the Maltese community there. Well, not so much the Maltese community, but the church. And he said, look, why don't we organize something? We had a meeting in 1973, and we formed a committee. I was elected president, right? Vince at the time, I can't remember.
No,
Yeah.
I was in the first lot.
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
As soon
yeah.
as the first lot was formed,
Yeah, and then
Father Shields
yeah.
invited me to join.
Yeah.
Because he knew me.
Yeah.
We were teenagers. We knew each other in
Yeah.
Malta when we were kids.
And we organized our first function, which was a dinner dance at the Fiesta Ballroom in Footscray at the time. It's not there anymore. And it was such a huge success.
The people
Were coming, yeah, they were coming from everywhere all of a sudden, not just Newport Maltese, which showed us, you know, that there was really a need to do something. I mean, coming from a place where you could say it's a noisy place, you know, to Australia, and so quiet in the streets, you know, after 6 o'clock at the time, the pubs were closing down, you know, apart from the local picture theater, there was nothing else going for us. And most of us are the outgoing type, you know. Anyway, and this association, before you know it, it really grew. And then that was 1973. Then in 1978, the Maltese Community Council invited us to affiliate with the council, which we did. And that's when we started to talk about building a community center, which is this place here where we are. Because I could see that if we come up with some kind of a community center here, the Maltese community will come forward a lot, you know. And we started fundraising, did we? And we worked, we did, you name it, we did it. We even had a subcommittee of the ladies sewing toys, soft toys. And in 1 year, I remember,
What about baking cakes? And
yeah,
selling them
everything. We
after
did everything,
church,
you know, to raise money.
Yeah.
And I remember in 1 year, the ladies on their own, through this subcommittee, you know, they raised $5,000. Now, when you talk $5,000 in 78, 79, that was a lot of money, you know.
Baking cakes and soft toys.
And we were
hard work.
we were very, very successful in raising funds. In 5 years' time, we had enough money to build this place. I think it only took about 18 months or so, and it was opened in 1983. Here we are at the library. I believe this is the biggest Maltese library in the Southern Hemisphere. You'll be surprised how many, not only Maltese, how many Australians come in here to borrow books, to learn about Malta, to learn about the history, culture, you name it, you know. But then we've got the hall, of course. There are other offices at the back there. One is the president's office, one office, it's the welfare group used as well. But then we've got the hall, which is on that side of the building, and you'll see it there. There's a lot of activities at the moment going on. The ladies playing the bingo there. They love their bingo. You'll notice there's a group of men that play billiards there. I have to say this, they're louder than the ladies are playing, you know, playing the bingo there. So but they have fun there. They have fun.
Fantastic fun.
He is the master of rules and regulations there, you know. But they enjoy it, they love it, you know. They're a good group, you know. I mean, they're the loudest persons that you could think of, but they work so well together, you know.
That is what makes it so good.
Yeah.
Everybody gets on so
Yeah,
well with
yeah,
each other, you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
It's like our second home here. We
Yeah.
always look forward to come.
Yeah.
When we can't make
It's
it on a
true.
Wednesday, you know, we're disappointed.
Yeah, you know, we break up for Christmas for 3 or 4 weeks, and when we come back, they all say, "Oh, you know, that was shocking, you know, not coming here.
Too long.
Yeah,
Well,
too
I'm
long, you know."
okay, you know.